Welcome to the Shabby And Man podcast. We are partners, parents, podcasters, broadcasters,
and everything else in between. Because we're recording one day before Diwali, Choti Diwali है ना, so Deepavali की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं.
हार्दिक या विराट शुभकामनाएं?
In case anyone doesn't know, today was one of the most exciting cricket matches I think I've seen. Edge of my seat. Could have gone any way, could have gone either way. It went to the wire.
Who was playing who, by the way?
India was playing Pakistan.
That's right, two of the greatest rivalries on a cricket pitch.
At the MCC.
Yeah. Would you call it a subcontinental derby? It is.
Yes, it is.
And it is something that always gets fans excited, whether you're into cricket or not. When the two teams play each other in a cricket match, you know that everybody around you is buzzing with excitement.
No, this match was exciting because till the last over, you didn't know who's going to win. Till the last ball, actually, you didn't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
Which is where, everyone, no matter what side you were, whether you're India or you're Pakistan, your heart was in your mouth.
Yeah. And this is what makes superheroes out of ordinary people. But of course, this is no ordinary man we were talking about. India's former captain, Virat Kohli, an exceptionally accomplished cricketer.
But he's gone through a very bad patch in the last 2 years.
That's right. He gave up his captaincy.
People have written him off.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope people give a lot of credit to his wife Anushka Sharma, because each time he played badly, they put all the blame on her, saying that, she must have distracted him. So I hope this time they'll give her a pat on the back, and I hope that they'll give her credit where it's due, because that's how it works.
Well, behind every successful man, there's a successful woman.
Absolutely.
Or a pushy woman.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, I remember India and Pakistan played each other very often in the 80s, 90s in Sharjah, because hostilities between the two countries had reached simmering point, because politics was really getting in the way.
Are you talking about the Imran Khan days?
I'm talking about Imran Khan days.
Did you hear yesterday that he's banned for 5 years?
Yeah. Well, that's another story. That's Pakistan politics for you. But, we're treated to a lot of background noise today. There's a rave party going on somewhere, and there's ambulances zipping down our road.
Maybe it's Diwali.
Yeah, it is Diwali.
Well, it could be Diwali for Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, it could be. Before we get to Rishi Sunak, actually, I was talking about India and Pakistan cricket matches in the 80s and the 90s, and the only neutral country, supposedly neutral country, where it could happen was in the Emirates, in Dubai, Sharjah. And like I said, when it comes down to the last match, when it comes down to the last ball, it either makes you a villain for life or it makes you a superhero.
Not for life, just till the next match.
No, that's where you're wrong. I still remember the match. I must have been a teenager, but I still remember.
Talk to you about that
Chetan Sharma, Javed Miandad hit him for a 6 when Pakistan needed 4 to win. Javed Miandad on the last ball of the last over hit Chetan Sharma for a 6, and I don't think anyone ever named their kid Chetan Sharma ever again in India.
Apart from our friend.
Our friend he's older than me, so obviously he had already been named. Yeah. But Chetan Sharma was blacklisted for the rest of his life, because suddenly, people started unpicking his strategy, his bowling. Who plays, who gives what is it called? I forget now. Is it not a Yorker, not an in-swinger? Full toss. Who bowls full toss to somebody of the capability of Javed Miandad in the last ball of the last over? So Chetan Sharma's career completely fell apart. Virat Kohli doing exactly the opposite today, of course.
That's very mean, actually.
It is mean, but that's how seriously. I know, but that's how seriously people took it those days. I know.
Even though 1.6 billion people might be, biting their nails.
Yeah. And it's fantastic, actually, because Virat Kohli has not only... Anushka Sharma put out a beautiful tweet saying how proud of you, I am so proud of you, and our daughter is too young right now to fathom just what her father has done today. But I'm sure when she grows up and she looks back on this footage, she will realize just how much it meant to the country. And of course, tomorrow is Diwali, so it's a beautiful Diwali present for all Indians as well. You wanted to talk about Rishi Sunak back in the game?
No, it's Boris Johnson who might be back in the game.
No, I know, but Rishi Sunak also nearly made it. Everybody in India got so happy the last time he was shortlisted with Liz Truss.
Well, we're recording this on a Sunday. The results come out on Friday.
Yeah.
But tomorrow we'll know who the
candidacy is decided.
Whether it's one person or two people. If Rishi Sunak just wins it.
Can there not be three? Can it not be a three-way tie?
It can be, but if the others can't get to 100, then
he's won it anyway.
Yeah.
Now explain this to me. I know I have a master's.
There's 352 Conservative MPs. So technically there can be 3 people getting 100 each.
I was going to say, I do have a master's in political science, but my knowledge of modern day politics is a bit rusty.
I was going to say your knowledge of politics and of science is a bit...
rusty, dodgy. That's because I'm more into entertainment and showbiz now.
Rusty is a very nice word. I was going to use the word non-existent.
No, please. So explain this to me. So if it is... On what basis are they making these predictions when people haven't actually voted? Are they actually asking all the MPs, who are you backing? And are these figures... Is that how they're compiling the figures? If they're saying that there are 120 or 140 people behind Rishi Sunak.
These are the MPs that have publicly stated
that this is who we are supporting.
We are behind this person.
Yeah. Isn't it becoming... Are people still going to take this seriously? Isn't British politics becoming a bit of a circus? I mean, does this not feel like a Halloween pantomime where, the ghost of Boris Johnson is again coming back into politics? And, I mean...
Well, I don't know. This is a British Asian kind of podcast.
Yeah.
Right? So, is Great Britain, is the United Kingdom
ready for its first British Asian Prime Minister? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, you said it very politely.
Yeah.
I'm saying, is it ready for a brown person to rule the country?
You mean finally are they going to put all their... those who are racist or those who feel that it was a bit much, one step too far for a...
How many years did Great Britain rule India? 200 something years?
300 years. Yeah. So you're saying that Rishi Sunak is going to be... he's still very English.
No, as Ranveer Singh said, apna time aayega.
Oh, chalo, aa gaya. So again, British politics once again in turmoil and exciting days only because we need a Prime Minister and it'll be about 4-5 days before we find out who this Prime Minister is. Excuse me. Last week, or when we did the last podcast, we also mentioned a movie, a Pakistani movie that I was extremely excited about, The Legend of Maula Jatt.
Which you went to see the premiere?
I went to the premiere and I haven't stopped raving about it since I came back because it is really one of the most phenomenal films I have seen.
I heard that what you wrote or said was passed on to the stars.
The director, to the director and to the stars because they were in a WhatsApp group.
So when I go to Underground and they have posters of Maula Jatt.
Yeah.
Is it Maula Jatt or Maula Jatt?
Maula Jatt.
I don't know why I say Jatt. Instantly I say Jatt is Jatt, isn't it? Do you want to cough first?
No, it's okay. I've coughed now. Yeah.
Right. This is not a radio studio where you can put your mic down.
Yeah, I can't.
This is a phone.
Yeah. So I was saying how I've been raving about the film because a lot of people are saying that, for a Pakistani film, it's amazing. For a Pakistani film that was made on a humongous budget, it is amazing. For something coming out of the subcontinent, it's amazing. No, it's just an amazing film.
You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, if I go on the Underground,
yeah,
will I be seeing, under the poster it says, superb movie.
Says Shabnam Sahi.
A top-notch movie.
I think everybody's pretty much saying that. But yeah, we were one of the first because I gave my review 5-6 hours before it actually came out in the UK. It had already come out in Pakistan, obviously. And absolutely phenomenal. My reference is... what is my reference?
I don't know, but do you know that Maula Jatt was it's a remake. The original movie is from 1978-79.
Yeah, I do. It is a remake. And the exciting thing is that, they're saying that it's a homage. Because the same person who scripted all those iconic, I believe, Punjabi lines for the 1979 film has also co-written the script for this with Bilal Lashari. So I believe they name check a lot of the dialogues that people are familiar with. For me, of course, it meant no sense. Because my knowledge of Pakistani cinema is sketchy and I definitely haven't seen.
You don't actually speak Punjabi.
I don't speak Punjabi, but that didn't get in the way at all. Absolutely brilliant. I was comparing it to Gladiator. But people are saying it's Game of Thrones. I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I don't have that reference. But all of them, from Hamza Ali Abbasi to Humayma Malik, the two baddies. Forget about Fawad and Mahira. They completely... Mahira, actually, out of the 4, she had the least to do. But it was very... fantastic to see that Mahira and Fawad still share that screen chemistry.
You may be on first name terms with them, but to a layman like me, are you talking about Mahira Khan and
Fawad Khan? Yes, I am. So it was a phenomenal film, and I recommend very strongly if you are able to go and watch it on the big screen, because it is a big screen experience. None of the faltu elements that most Asian filmmakers try to add by अच्छा एक गाना डाल देते हैं, एक romantic scene डाल देते हैं. It has romance, but it's very underplayed. It sticks to the story. The VFX and everything else is done to a Hollywood standard. They had
and it's the kind of movie you want to see in the cinema.
Absolutely.
Now, to all our Hindustani dosto, they're probably not going to be able to see it, are they? Unless they go to Dubai or something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be shown there.
In fact, Bilal Lashari was saying that the amount of love that he's got from Indians, those like us who live outside of India, Indians who watched it in America, Canada, UK, Europe, Australia.
Didn't you say that when you were at the premiere?
Yeah.
That Kabir Khan was
there? Kabir Khan was there. He watched it with us as well. So that's what Bilal Lashari said, that it's absolutely...
For those of you who don't know, Kabir Khan's the guy who made 83 and Bajrang Bhaijaan.
Yeah. So, that's what he was saying, that the love that it has got from Indians, that is such an amazing thing. I believe this is, again, it has many firsts to its name. So the most expensive Pakistani film ever made, the first Pakistani film that has broken the box office record with 100 crores worldwide, the first Pakistani film to have released in, I'm not quite sure how many, but 27 or 37 countries all across the world. Many firsts to its name. And it has a bit of a history like Brahmastra. So they started talking about it. He says, I started talking about it nearly 7-8 years ago. They started shooting 2019. Then the pandemic happened. So it's been 6-7 years in the making,
I believe, I think she plays the baddie. Is it Humayma Malik?
Humayma Malik.
I think they say that she's really stole the movie.
There's something very Shakespearean about the way she plays the baddie. She could be Lady Macbeth, who is...
Don't spoil the story.
Charming, no, everybody knows she's the baddie, but she's charming, she's beguiling, but she's pure evil. And in fact, they were saying all the behind-the-scenes stories that are now emerging, because the cast and crew really got together to plug this film. They're saying that when it went to the Pakistan censor board, apparently there was one lady on the censor board who said that, no, it's very graphic, it's very violent. Should we be passing it the way it is? While everybody else stood up and said, if we cut even one scene, we are walking out. It is perfect the way it is.
My favorite behind the scenes, by the way, I have not seen the movie. I will go and watch it one day.
Yeah.
But my favorite behind the scenes story is that Fawaz Khan, he tried to do a Christian Bale and Amir Khan kind of thing. And I think he put on 100 kg. From 70 kgs he went up to 100 kgs.
He went up to 100, and
he's diabetic.
Yeah.
And it played havoc with his system.
Yeah, type 1 diabetic. So he says that I've been taking insulin shots all my life. He ended up in hospital, I think, after 10 or 15 days of shoot.
Yeah, I think his kidneys kind of gave up.
Yeah, and that's what he says, that never again. A lot of people said, even Hamza says that at the time I was quite big anyway, but the prosthetics and the hair and the makeup and all of that would take so long that it became very tedious. But it's lovely to see that because it was shot nearly, they finished shooting in 2019. That was 3 years ago. So now when you see them, they're all absolutely slim, trim, in the pink of health, looking their best. They're almost unidentifiable.
Talking about hugely hyped movies.
Yeah.
We had the pleasure, you and me, of yesterday, watching on Netflix.
Yes.
Lal Singh Chadda.
What did you think of it?
I was very excited because I knew 3 of my friends who were in that movie.
3? ये 3 कैसे हो गए?
Bit parts.
Should I put you in the spot and ask you to name them, or you're not going to name them? Well, and nothing
very exciting.
Yeah, but nothing ages you more than watching your own contemporaries on the big screen saying, "Oh my God, they have aged," and then you realize you're the same age as them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Rather, you are the same age as them.
And I think all of them must be knowing. The girl we used to work with once was married to Amir Khan.
Yeah.
And they're now divorced, of course. So
Kiran Rao is very much a part of the equation in every Amir Khan film, because there's a very strange kind of a divorce. They're divorced on paper, but they still kind of...
She's also the co-producer, so I've got a feeling that...
she got her friends in.
Some of her friends were in this movie.
Yeah. Entertaining, yes, but not the best Amir Khan film I've ever seen by any standard. There are little bits and pieces of it which are completely not needed, or completely you have to take it with a pinch, nahi, a pura kadhai full of salt.
No, it's because you haven't seen Forrest Gump.
No, I haven't.
Because a lot of things were scene by scene the same. The white feather that's floating at the start, at the end.
That could be so, but in my defense, I haven't seen Christopher Nolan's Memento either, and I absolutely loved Gajini.
In Forrest Gump, I think he meets Elvis,
JFK. You said all the big.
He meets John. I mean, he influences John Lennon kind of thing.
Yeah.
The same way that in this one you see a bit of Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. What didn't make any sense to me was how he just keeps. He said, okay, when he's heartbroken, he just starts running, and he starts running, and he starts running, and he runs all over India. That made absolutely no sense to me. I know that it's a metaphor for not stopping and kind of carrying your beliefs with you and getting other people with you and all, but it was one step too far for me. So I'm not.
You're a huge Amir Khan fan, but this one didn't really float your boat.
No, not at all. It's already out of my system. I saw it last night. Normally, I'm someone who raves about Amir Khan performances for days and months and weeks and years. But
कहानी तो सुनाई नहीं.
कौन सी?
Tell me, Shabnam, tell me, Shabby, who was the first celebrity interview you did when you were 21?
Yeah.
And you just joined radio?
Yeah, it was Amir Khan.
Yes.
And I was told only a few days before this was to happen, because obviously I was on a station in Delhi, Times FM, and Amir Khan, being a Bollywood star, was from Mumbai. So only 2 days before it was meant to happen, our bosses called us in and said that, Shabnam, right, you're going to do this phone in, 2 hours in the studio with Amir Khan. One of the most nerve-wracking, yet one of the most exciting interviews of my life. It's right at the start of my career.
And you had some phone calls, live phone calls.
Yeah.
And do you remember?
Of people pretending to be...
Do you remember the prank phone call?
Yeah,
which was to go on another show?
Because it was you, yes. I remember that as well.
I think I asked him that I just loved you in Bazi. Do you always shave your chest and your legs?
No, did you shave your legs or did you wax your legs or something like that? Silly. But yes, I remember that. But he set the bar for me, really. I mean, if your first celebrity interview right at the start of your media career is with Amir Khan, you're spoiled for the rest of your life, because you want everybody else to match up to his dedication. I remember he came for 2 hours, and you know how starstruck Delhiites are about Bollywood stars. Everybody in that Times of India building, from the MD to the CEO to everybody else, wanted to have a photograph and wanted to give him a bouquet.
What are you trying to imply? I was asked to come and do a prank call.
But yeah, so whatever, like everybody found an excuse to be in the building that day. And Amir just put his foot down. He said that, we've been telling our listeners that for 2 hours I'll be in a studio with Shabnam answering their queries. We can do all of this before or after that, but these 2 hours are reserved for my listeners. And that is what shows you what a committed man he was. Even back then, I remember Raja Hindustani had just come out. That was his big hit then. So it really spoils you for life. So Amir Khan is a personal favorite, and I've never hidden that. But Lal Singh Chaddha, a nice movie, a sweet enough message, doesn't follow the stereotype, but there is something majorly missing,
For those who don't know, Times FM is now called Radio Mirchi.
Yeah, that's right. So that's it. I mean, why did we do an episode out of turn last week? I can't remember now.
Amitabh Bachchan's 80th.
Amitabh Bachchan's 80th, of course. Thank you so much for all the feedback. Thank you so much for all your messages. We try and talk about the things that excite us.
Is that it? We just talked about a bit of Bollywood and Diwali.
That's all that has happened in the last 2-3 weeks. Loads has happened, of course, but kids are on half term. Even on the work front, on the school front, there's lots going on in our lives, and we should be able to, inshallah, we'll be able to share many more stories in the coming weeks and months. But for now, I look at it as a trio of festivities. Durga Puja, Karwa Chauth, Diwali, Dashera, Diwali. Well, trio to nahi hua, 4 ho gaye. But after that...
Was Karwa Chauth only last week?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. I was going to say...
No. It was 10 days ago, because Karwa Chauth is on the 4th day and Diwali is always on the 14th day.
So how come that Mehndi is totally gone?
Yeah, the Mehndi is gone. Because I didn't give it enough time. I only sat with it for about an hour until it dried.
That's not looking good for me then, is it?
It's all right. It doesn't matter. It'll be, again, nice and bright and sparkly for Karwa Chauth next year. But yeah, once we are done with Diwali, then there's a bit of a break before Halloween. We don't really celebrate Halloween, but Halloween comes along and then you get into Christmas mode, right?
Christmassy things have already started. I believe the lights in our main streets, Oxford Street, Regent Street, are about to go up any day.
Forget that. I saw the first box of mince pies in Sainsbury's about 3 weeks ago now, I think. Extremely unseasonal. Even before the pumpkins made an appearance, but that's the way it is.
That's such an American thing. I mean, I'm not a fan of pumpkin spice. I know you like it, don't you?
Only in my coffee.
I don't know. Call me weird, but I don't want to have coffee with kaddu in it. Yeah.
Pumpkin spice and kaddu slightly different. That's it now. What else do we have to look forward to? We don't do Thanksgiving. So after Diwali, it is the next festival, the next big celebration here is is Christmas, right?
No.
Then?
Black Friday.
Oh, please. Yeah, of course, those worshipping at the altar of sales, it is Black Friday.
This is my bye-bye bolde hain.
Let's say bye-bye. We'll catch you again in 2 weeks' time when we'll hopefully have a lot more to talk about.
Why don't you tell people how to get in contact with us if they want to?
We're on all the social media platforms that people normally follow. We're on all the podcasting apps that people normally get their podcasts from. Shabby and Man is our name. He's Manish Sahi. I'm Shabnam Sahi. And it is our pleasure.
It's not an interview.
To bring you a podcast every 2 weeks. Until next time then.
Till next time. Sat Sri Akal.
Shubh Deepavali. Have a blessed, beautiful, bright, sparkling day, whatever you do. Bye-bye.
Apna khayal rakhna. Bye.